I'm not sure how this camera is coming up. Hold on. I'm actually doing some side lane breastfeeding. Isaac doesn't want to let go. So I thought I would do my Facebook Live like this. But I'm not sure if the camera's coming up right. Okay, I think I got it now. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about something in regards to the statistics and percentiles and stuff like that regarding like charts when you go take your baby for their wellness visits and the pediatrician is trying to measure the head circumference, length, weight, all those stuff, because it may not be as accurate as you think, and especially if your baby is coming kind of like on the lower percentile and there's sort of like some concern about your baby's weight gain. And usually what happens is the first thing your pediatrician will say is, oh, maybe the baby's not getting enough breast milk, or maybe you need to start supplementing or introducing solids if it's like very early, like the baby is like around the 4-month mark. So I just wanted to talk about that just really quickly so you take some things into consideration, because all is not what it seems. A lot of times those charts that the pediatricians use are very old. So they are like 1997 or 2000 below. And those charts are not accurate because they take the combination of not just breastfed babies, but also babies that are taking formula, and also babies that start their solids really early, like around the 4-month mark. So it's not really accurate at all. So the newer charts, which are 2006 and above, those have some more accurate information, but still you kind of need to analyze the situation a little bit, because genetics, for example, play a big part in those percentiles and things like that, because especially looking kind of at your background, like and the genetics behind you. Like, for example, if you are like from a Hispanic type culture, then you're going to see the statistics are going to be lower. So your babies are going to be smaller, they're going to weigh less, versus whether if your background is European, your baby's probably going to be heavier, your baby's going to be taller. So all those things play, like genetics, they play into how your baby is going to weigh and things like that. So they need to be taken into consideration. The other thing too that needs to be taken into consideration is how your baby actually looks and feels, and how they are, if they are alert, if they're happy, if they seem content, if they're reaching their milestones, if they are, for example, the way that you can measure how your baby's intake is doing in regards to breast milk is if they're having enough wet and poopy diapers. So it's kind of like I do strongly believe that each child is different, so you can't just go by what the percentile is and what those charts give you in regards to information, because although it gives you an idea and you can kind of go by what the healthy, weight gain is, it doesn't really give you the full picture. And also remember that breastfed babies tend to gain most of their weight, or you see their charts kind of spike up between 0 to 3 months. And then after between 3 and 6 months, it kind of tends to kind of stabilize a little bit. And then from 6 months to 12 months, they don't have such huge weight increases like formula-fed babies have. So we can't really compare them in regards to that too. And you'll mostly see that your pediatrician presents some concerns in regards to your baby's weight when they reach that 6-month mark or after. And that's when I'm saying that breastfed babies, exclusively breastfed babies, they don't tend to gain as much weight as formula-fed babies during that period. So sometimes pediatricians tend to get concerned. So like I said, really watch out for what type of statistics they're using to base kind of their concerns on. If there are charts from the CDC or the WHO organization from 2000 and below, or from 2000 and above, and they really want to be looking at 2006 and above. Those are kind of more accurate charts. But despite that, like I said, you want to analyze the whole picture before you start getting concerned. And the most important thing to do is to look at how your baby looks, how they feel, if they're reaching their milestones. Kind of look at the general situation for your baby, not everybody else's baby, because your baby is unique and your breastfeeding situation, your breastfeeding relationship is unique too. So just wanted to highlight there because I see so many moms getting concerned, and the percentile chart is not like a race so that to see who's going to get to 100% quicker, or your baby's on the 3% mark, my baby is 97. It doesn't really work that way. And a baby that is in 97 percentile and one that is in the 3 percentile can be just as healthy. So it really doesn't say if your baby's health is at the maximum or at the lowest, and that's not supposed to be how it works. It's just kind of like a reference and a guideline. So I just wanted to bring that across. Did you have any problems like that, mommies? How did you deal with it? Were you concerned or were you worried? And how is your baby doing now? I kind of faced the same situation a few weeks ago, and I was very concerned. So I started to do a lot of research, especially because my first baby didn't have any issues like that. So I just wanted to bring that across if there was any mommies out there that were concerned or worried, to not be, and to kind of look at the whole picture before you are convinced by your pediatrician or by anybody else that you need to be supplementing or that your breast milk is not good enough. That's not the case. Your breast milk is perfect and exactly what your baby needs, and that's why you made it. Bye, mommies.